Okay, good morning and welcome back to our 10 digital course. Today, I believe will be our class number 13. So next week will be our last class, and after that, we're going to have the final exam. And we're supposed to have the final exam in multiple choice style, just like in our previous mid exam. But I'm not sure about that, but I'll get back to you after we decided what will be the type of the exam for your final. Okay, now today we're going to discuss about how to design a finite state machine or sequential machine. Previously, we already discussed about flip-flop because that is the basic element of the sequential machine, because it can memorize what will be the next value of the output. Why do we have to memorize? That's because one big difference between sequential machine with the combination logic is in combination logic, the output only depends on the input. However, for the sequential machine, the output depends on the input and also the previous output. So that's why our sequential machine need to remember what is the output value previously, because it will determine what will be the next output. So that's why in our last week discussion, we discussed about there are two types of sequential machine. We have Mealy and also Moore. And also we also discussed about variable state, and then state itself, and then the state diagram. A state diagram is a diagram that explains how the machine behave. For example, right now I am on this state, and then clock. Where should I go? Should I go here or should I go back here? That's the meaning of, that's the purpose of state diagram. Okay, now today we're going to discuss about how to design a sequential machine. Okay, the first thing you need to remember that previously we discussed about what is truth table of a flip-flop. But right now, to design a sequential machine, we need to remember something that we call transition table. A transition table explains about the output will change from here to here, for example, from 0 to 0 if the input of the flip-flop is 0 or 1. For example, like this. This is table, transition table. Right now, the output is 0. And then clock. The output stays 0. What will make that output 0 stays 0? What will be the input that will create 0 stays 0? The input of the flip-flop is D flip-flop in this example. And in this case, 0 stays 0 if the input D is 0. Now, how about right now the output is 1? Clock. The output changes to 0. What will be the value of D that will create that change from 1 to 0? D will be 0. Why? Because in D flip-flop, it's something like data flip-flop. It's something like, please remember this value. Please remember this data. So that's why every time we send 0 to the D flip-flop, the output will become 0. But if we send 1 to the D flip-flop, the output will become 1. So it's something like, please remember this data, either 0 or 1. This is how we read the transition table. From this output, clock this output. What will be the input to create such thing, to create that change? It's 1. Okay, this is what we call transition table. And then in FSM design, you remember that we have a state diagram, and then from state diagram we can create the FSM. And then before the state diagram, we can also the maybe case study. So from a case study, we can explain that I want to design a system that will behave something like this. If we open the door, then the air condition will be turned on and the lamp will be turned on. However, if after 1 minute I going out from my house, then the air condition will going off, but the lamp is still on. Something like that. That's the case study. From that case study, we can create the state diagram. And then from the state diagram, we can create the finished state machine. So right now, we're going to discuss about how to do from here to here. So we are given a state diagram, and then we are supposed to create the finished state machine. Okay. Now, this is, for example, this state diagram. We have 2 states. The state where the present state is 0, and then the next state is where the state is 1. So, let's say, for example, right now, this variable set or the output of the flip-flop, because this is the output of the flip-flop, 0 is the output in here, is 0. So this will be our state right now. And then clock. Where should I go? Should I stay 1 or should I change the output of the flip-flop to 1? That depends on the value of A. A is the input of the FSM. This is the FSM. So if A is 0, the output will remain 0. However, if the input A is 1, then the output will become 1. Okay. Now let's say right now we are in here. So the state is 1. So the value in here is 1. Clock. There is no dependency. Sorry, there is no dependency with the input. So it will go directly from 1 to 0 because it's independent of the input, independent from the input. Okay. And then we also identify that there is an output here, which is Z. Z will active or Z will become 1 if the present state is 1. Here. So this is the Z. Okay, this is how we understand, or this is how we read the state diagram. Okay, now we're going to explain how we design from state diagram to finished state machine. This is the steps. First one, you need to identify how many input does the FSM have. Okay, and then the second one is to identify how many output. Third one is to identify how many flip-flop. Okay, so first one is how many input, how many output, and how many flip-flop. And then the next step is you need to choose which flip-flop to use. Should we use D flip-flop or should we use toggle flip-flop or JK flip-flop. That depends on your design. Okay. Now the next step is to design the output combinational logic, and then the last one is to design the next combinational logic. Remember, in our previous discussion, we have two types of FSM. The first one is the melee, where the output combination logic depends on the present state and also the input. And then the second one is the Moore model, where the output only depends on the present state. Okay. Now, this is the transition table for D flip-flop, toggle flip-flop, and also the JK flip-flop. You need to remember this to faster your design. Now, example number 1. We are given a state diagram. How many inputs does the FSM have? Remember from our previous example, we can identify the input by identifying how many variables in here. The input will determine how the state change from one state to another. So this is the input A and B, because it will determine whether the state 0 will remain 0 or will change to 1. B is also an input, because it will determine whether from this state it will remain 1 or it will change to 0, depend on the value of B. So we have two inputs, and they are A and B. Now, how many output? This is the output, Z and also X. So we have two output, which is X and Z. Now, how many flip-flop? How many flip-flop does the FSM have? The number of flip-flop, we can see it from how many variable state for each state. This is our state, and this is our variable state. There is only one variable state, so it will either 0 or it will be 1. So only one variable state. Because only one variable state, then there is only one flip-flop. Okay. Now, the next step is, which flip-flop do we use? Should we use D, or should we use toggle flip-flop, or should we use JK flip-flop? Then we can create the logic to create the output, or the output combinational logic, and then create the logic to create the next state, or the next state combinational logic. Okay, now we can try to design the FSM from this example. We already given the transition table to make it easier for you. Now, remember, the first thing is to draw the diagram block. This is the next state combinational logic. And then we only have one flip-flop. And in this case, we're going to use D flip-flop. So this is D flip-flop, and this is the clock. And this is the Q, and this is the Q naught. And we have two output, which is X and also Z. And then two inputs, A, and then also B. And then remember, we have the feedback from here to here. Or probably we can use X naught, Q naught. But to make it simpler, just use only one output of the flip-flop, just Q. Now, we will design the diagram block of the FSM. The next step is, what is inside this output combinational logic. Remember, this is combinational logic. So we're going to use the truth table or the K-map directly. We have two outputs, so we have two K-map. This is for X and this is for Z, but only one input, which is Q. So Q either 0 or 1, either 0 or 1. So now let's read and understand the state diagram so we can design or we can fill the K-map. Now, X is active or will become 1 if the present state is 0. This is the present state, remember? So if the Q is 0, X is 1. So when the Q is 0, X is 1. However, if the Q is 1, X is not active. So X is 0. Okay. Now for the Z. Z is active if the present state is 1 or the Q is 1. If Q is 1, then Z is 1. However, if Q is 0, Z is not active. So this is our K-map. So we can choose directly the grouping. So X is Q naught and Z is Q. So Z is Q and X is Q naught. Something like this. Very easy. This is the output combination logic. So we don't need any logic gates inside the output combinational logic. Okay. Now the last step is what is inside this next step combinational logic. So we have two inputs and one output. Three inputs and one output. This is output D, and this is for the Q. Q could be 0 or 1, and then in here we have A and B because we have three inputs A, B, and Q. It could be either 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, and 1, 0. Okay, now we need to fill in this K-map by reading from the state diagram. Now, let's say Q is 0, so we are here now. If A is 0, then the output will remain 0. So if A is 0, so we're going to fill in these cells. From Q is 0 and A is 0, then the output will remain 0. So from 0 clock to 0. This is the transition from 0 clock to 0. The output D is 0. So we should put 0 in here because D is supposed to be 0. Okay, next. Now, Q is still 0, so we're still here. But, however, right now, A is 1. A is 1. That means the present state clock, it will change to 1, from 0 to 1. So the transition of the output is from 0 to 1. This is the transition from 0 to 1. To create this transition, D must be 1. So there must be D must be 1 in here. Okay. Now let's clear the here to tidy up a bit. Now, right now, Q is 1. Q is 1. And it depends only with B. So let's say B is 0. B is 0. There will be here and here. So we're going to fill in these two cells. B is 0. When the output Q is 1, and then clock B is 0, it will remain 1. So the transition is from 1 to 1. This is the transition from 1 to 1. To create this transition, D must be 1. So D must be 1 because this is this K-map is to create the output D. Okay, now next, how about if B is 1? So we are going to fill in these two plus cells. When B is 1, the state will change from 1 to 0. From 1 to 0 is this transition. And this transition will happen only if D is 0. So D is 0, like this. So we already fill in the K-map. The next step is create the group. This is the group, and this is the group. The group identification for this is Q0 and A, or A Q0, because this is A. And then this group is B0 Q. So D is A Q0 plus B0 Q. So we're going to need Q and also Q0. So let's change a bit about this design. Now, A here, and then B is here, and then we're going to need this, and also this. This, okay. So this is Q0. And then we're going to put A in here, and then we're going to put B in here, and then the Q will be here. Now, so the system, also the design will be, this is the OR gate to create this addition, and then we're going to need AND gate and also AND gate. The first AND gate will be A and Q0, and the second will be from B0 with Q. So this is our design. So we're going to need one OR gate, two AND gate, and one inverter. So we need only 4 logic gates. Okay, this is our FSM when we design using D flip-flop. Now, the next one is how to design the same state diagram, but right now using toggle flip-flop. Okay, same thing. First, we need to create the diagram block. This is the toggle flip-flop, and this is the clock, and this is the Q, and this is the output combination logic, and we have X and we have Z in here. And this is the next state combinational logic. Okay. And remember, we need one feedback from here to here. Now, for the output, actually it will be the same. This is Q, 0, 1, and then this is X, and then this is also for Z, and this is Q, 0, 1, and X will be active, or X will be 1 when the Q is 0. So when Q is 0, X is 1. However, when Q is 1, X is 0. Now, how about Z? Z is active, or Z is 1 when the Q is 1, and Z is 0 when Q is 0. So it's just the same thing. Q is Q naught, and Z is Q. Okay, so the same thing like in D flip-flop. Now, how about the next state combination logic? This is for T now, and this is Q, and Q can be either 0 or 1, and AB could be 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, and 1, 0. Now, let's say for example, right now, Q is 0, so we are here. A is 0. So we're going to fill in these two cells. When A is 0, the output from 0 stays 0. 0 stays 0. That means T is 0. So T is 0 in here. Now, how about when A is 1? When A is 1, the state will change from 0 to 1. 0 to 1, that means T must be 1. Okay, we're going to do a little bit faster from here. Now, Q is 1, so we are here now. And B could be 0 or 1. When B is 0, there will be this and this. So we're going to fill in these two cells. B is 0. B is 0. From 1 stays 1. From 1 stays 1. So T will be 0. Okay, so now B is 1. B is 1 is here. And then B is 1 is here. So 1 change to 0. 1 change to 0, that means it will be here, 1, 1. So this will be a Q naught, and this one will be B Q. So the function for T is a Q naught plus B Q. So it's almost similar like the D flip-flop. The difference is in here B is not inverted. So it will become something like this. This is our OR gate, and this is our AND gate, and this is our AND gate. So A Q naught plus B Q. So by using toggle flip-flop, we can minimize one logic gate, which is in this case is the inverter. By using D flip-flop, we need one OR gate, two AND gate, and one inverter. But by using toggle flip-flop, you only need one OR gate and two AND gate. We don't need inverter. Okay, so it's a bit simpler by using toggle flip-flop in this case. but it's not always the same thing. It could be D flip-flop is simpler than the toggle flip-flop. Okay, now, how about the last one? How about if we design the same state diagram, but right now we are using the JK flip-flop. Same thing, we're going to create the block diagram. This is for A and this is for B. But right now, we have two input for the JK flip-flop. One is for J and one is for K. And this is the clock and Q. And this is the X and this is Z. So from our previous experience, the output combination logic will be the same. Q will be connected to Z and Q naught will be connected to X. Okay, now we just need to create the K-map for the output J and also output K. However, right now we are going to use two K-map. One is for J and one is for K. This is the Q, it could be 0 or 1. This is Q, it could be 0 or 1. And then this is AB and this is AB, it could be 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. Okay, now let's for example the J and K when Q is 0. When Q is 0, so we are here. Now, A is 0. A is 0. So we're going to fill in these two cells and also these two cells. Okay. 0, A is 0. So we're going to here. From 0 stays 0. So this is the transition. 0 stays 0. This will happen where J is 0. So this is 0. And K is don't care. Okay, because J is 0, K is and K is don't care. Now, how about if A is 1? When A is 1, the state will change from 0 to 1. From 0 to 1. From 0 to 1. So this is the transition. This will happen if J is 1 and K is don't care. Okay. Now, next. Q is 1. So right now we are in the bottom state. So right now we are here. Let's take for example right now B is 0. So B is 0, B is 0 and B is 0. So we are going to fill in these two cells. Either for J and also for K. So the state is 1. Clock. B is 0. So it will remain 1. So 1 remain 1 or 1 stays 1. That means that will happen if J is don't care and K is 0. So this one is don't care and K is 0. Okay. Now, how about if B is 1? B is 1, so we're going to fill in these two cells. When B is 1, the state will change from 1 to 0. From 1 to 0. So this is the transition. From 1 to 0. J is don't care. And K is 1. Okay, so now we already fill in all of the K-map, either for J and also for K. Now the grouping is like this. So J is A, because this is A. It's independent with B and also independent with Q. And this is for the group for K. Where this is one is B. This one is B. Independent with A and independent also with Q. So J is A, K is B. We're done. So we don't need the feedback. Okay, so by using JK flip-flop, we don't need additional logic gate to implement this state diagram. We only need the JK flip-flop itself. Okay. Now, that will be the end of discussion for this class. Today we already discussed about how to design an FSM from state diagram. Next week, as our last class, we're going to design. We can also discuss about last year exam. That is almost the same. How to design the from state diagram to the FSM, and also how to understand a case study and create a state diagram that will implement this case study. Okay, and also we discussed from today's discussion the transition table, how to read and understand the state diagram, and then what is the step that we should take to design the FSM. Remember, we need to identify how many input, how many output, and how many flip-flop, and then sorry. And then choose which flip-flop do we want to use. It could be D flip-flop, toggle flip-flop, or JK flip-flop. And then design the output combination logic, the output combination logic. And then the last one is design the next step combinational logic by using, we're going to need the transition table. And we already discussed about one example from this state diagram, and design the FSM by using D flip-flop. In D flip-flop, we need additional one OR gate, two AND gate, and one inverter. And then we also implement this state diagram by using toggle flip-flop. In toggle flip-flop, it's a little bit simpler compared to the D flip-flop, because in D flip-flop, we only need one OR gate and two AND gate. We don't need the inverter. We don't need this gate. Okay. However, if we implement the state diagram by using the JK flip-flop, we don't need additional logic gate, just the JK flip-flop itself. Okay. I think that will be all for today's discussion. If you have any question, then you can just ask the question to the WhatsApp group, and then we can discuss it in the WhatsApp group also. Okay. And then also don't forget to do the quiz, although I haven't copied the quiz in here, so it's supposed to be in here. Okay, I'm going to copy the quiz and then open it, and the due date is tonight. Okay, thank you. Oh, we have Aldi here. Thank you, Aldi, for coming. I'll see you next week then. Thank you and bye-bye.